Well, we finally got some wet stuff, guys. It's been raining for about 2 hours. The boys are a little bit soggy in there. Yeah, so for once the weather forecast was right. I saw on the Google headline this morning, Thailand bracing itself for some heavy rain this week. Luckily we got the goats fed in time while Toon was off site getting the Lucina. I was busy hacking grass and various weeds for them, so they've fed. Toon got back. Oh, there's a little kingfisher there. He's just gone in our Lucina on the other side. There he goes. Oh, he's gone in. He's going near the tilapia pond. Yes, the goats are semi-full. It's going to be a bit of a tricky task today, getting them all full by the time it's bedtime. Oh, that kingfisher's just gone off to the fence pond now. At the far side here, I'll have a little walk around now, show you the nests. I think it's like a golden basket weaver or yellow basket weaver, something like that. I think the males are really bright yellow, and they make these fantastic nets. They've chosen to make them on this spiky wild stuff here, which the goats love. So every now and again when it gets really big, we cut it down and give it to them. Yeah, see the little nests there? There's a few. Right, I want to have a go and look at the canal. Hang on a minute, I've got to show you this, guys. Ridiculous umbrella. I told you, Chris, when you came here last time, don't buy it. It's absolutely terrible. Wouldn't listen. He wanted a big umbrella. No. So you'll be getting another one when you come here, mate, if you want to stay dry or out the sun. Anyway, enough of rubbish purchases. I'd like to have a go and look in the canal. A little bit of standing water already. Lovely. So we haven't had a downpour yet, but it's been pretty steady. Some things should fire back into life now and green up. It's fairly green anyway, but nothing in comparison to what normal or typical rainy season would be. Right, let's have a look. Okay, so the water's just started to come through from next door, so that should be fantastic. Let's go and have a look further down. See a couple of white egrets flying over there. They're probably getting little frogs and such like that come out when it starts raining. Oh, my trolley's got wet, isn't it? And my baskets. I was going to come back out and cut some more grass for them, but oh well. Lovely. Not sure if it's going to stay long enough for the water to come over the road. It doesn't look like, it just looks like there's starting to break in the clouds, which will be a little bit of a bummer if I'm honest, because I wanted it to rain most of the day and super soak our new Napier fodder area, where we hope to cut and carry from here, cut, carry, shred, and then put in the raised feeders on the goat island for them. But because it's such poor quality soil here, it's like concrete, and you need like half a day full steady rain for it to soften up, that I can go and push the Napier sticks in there. If it stops now, then the other option I got is go along with a pickaxe and just sort of like harpoon the ground, make a small incision, and then push the Napier sticks in there. Let's have a look. It's still pretty hard underfoot. We'll see. We live in hope, don't we? There's a few here that I'm going to have to replace. I haven't taken. But that's the way it's gone this year for most of us out in rural Thailand, isn't it, guys? I think apart from a few select areas in Thailand, a lot of us have been struggling to get the rainfall that we normally get this time of year. A couple of bits of old sugar cane poking up now. Don't mind that at all. We'll put that through the shredder and mix it with the other bits and bobs for the goats. Yeah, it's easing off now. A couple of you guys have been saying, oh, when you're going to do a catch and cook with your snakehead, the wild snakehead. We are hoping to do it. We were waiting for the possibility of chemicals in the canal to subside. I don't really know how you tell. And then we're also waiting for the snakehead fry to be big enough to fend for themselves. So at the moment they look like they're about an inch long. The parents are still taking care of them. So if we were to fish for them and caught the parents, then other fish like the oh, I can hear the water going in there. Yeah, other fish like the bumor, which are the climbing perch, yeah, they would just decimate them. So let them get a bit bigger, and then we'll be after the mums and dads. Seen a couple of really nice ones in here. Oh no, sun's coming out. I'm going to blame Chris's umbrella. It's not very lucky umbrella, this one. Rubbish. I'm going to try and put it down. It's a load of gash. Look at that. I'll tell you how bad it is. They don't even accept it for recycling. Right, let's go. That's a morning glory taking hold here. We'll like a bit of morning glory, don't we, eh? Oh, some of my biochar getting washed about. So a lot of people dig the biochar in. We don't. We lay it on the top, and that way you don't have to inoculate it or charge it. So you can put raw biochar in, but it can get washed away. But we don't care. The reason being, we've got so much of it, and it spreads it around. Nature spreads it around the farm for us. So we put it, stockpile it round things that we're growing, and then whatever gets pushed around the land, fantastic. Some more morning glory, a few mulberries starting to get some leaves now. Bamboo will love this, so we're eating bamboo most days now. Lovely stuff. The guys have been doing a big build project. You might have seen a few snippets on Toon's Facebook recently of our fishing lodge or fishing shack on the island. I'm going to make that available for farm stay guests if they want to fish during the day or even during the night. They can stay in there. Yeah, the guys have been in there taking down loads and loads of bamboo. You can't tell though. I don't know how many they cut down. Must have been about 50 or so. Big sods as well. Not the lads, the bamboo. Napier looking good. Still resisting the temptation for the initial cut. Get it up nice and high first. So when we cut this, we will then split the roots out and pin them in somewhere else. Been cutting quite intensively in here over the last few months. This is about 3 weeks growth again now. Again, we've just been launching biochar in here for the, I would say, for the last year and a half. Good. So the road, which acts as a swale, holds the rain, the rainfall here. So the land goes upwards as we look over there. So heavy rainfall gradually comes down here, comes up against the raised road on contour and holds it back. It's not going to flood the whole land to the right because it'll eventually just start coming over the road. If we get a lot of runoff from next door, then the canal gets filled up, and if it continues then it actually rises over this road and comes over. So when we had the big triple dam break, I think it's just coming up to 2 years ago. I was looking on YouTube not too long ago, and yeah, it was about 3 foot deep here. What's it thing? I tell you what, when we look back now at some of the videos that we published the time of the floods, whew, wow, it doesn't seem real. It does not seem real at all. It's like it happened to someone else many moons ago, but no, it was very, very real at the time. And you imagine the water was above the raised road there. Water was up here as well. Flooded the fence, the ponds there. Flooded the fence pond, of course. You couldn't see most of the island. About water 2 foot deep under the goat house. Yeah, crazy times. We get through it, didn't we? Just wow. Goats are not happy. Soggy goats. That's a bit of a bummer. A lot of the stuff that I'd cut for them hadn't all been eaten, so I'd filled up the trolley 3 times with fodder, and then the last lot that I put in the feeder here, before they've had a chance to finish it, Toon brought the gittin down. We put it out on the table. Goats prefer gittin to nearly everything, I think, apart from corn. So they all shot over to there. Then it rained. They went back in the house, and now it's all soggy. So to combat that, we got these roofed areas at the 2 ends of the house, so we've got multiple feeders there. The holding capacity isn't that great, but at least it's more area for them to stay dry. They go under the house as well during the day. We do shut the house so they can't get in there. Some of them are so lazy that they'd never come out again. And yeah, so it's sort of like a go-between, really. It serves multiple purposes. And yeah, if you can keep your goats dry, then they stay warm. If you can keep your goats warm, then they don't get a cold. And yeah, goats with snotty noses aren't great. Here's Blackjack. Some of you will know her, recognise her from the 3 little videos that I did, just taken on my phone, just about 2 or 3 minute video long. And yeah, she's a lot better now. Thanks for your kind words and support there. Yeah, she's getting extra treats. Little Sophia, she had bloat in the end. It wasn't an unexpected pregnancy and just about to pop a kid out. So we got hold of her because she was too fast for me to get on my own, and massaged her, made sure she expelled the air, shall we say. And because goats can't burp, not easy for a goat to burp or fart. They only really fart if they sneeze. So we released the air, and she's certainly more comfortable, but she's hanging back from the herd. She has always been a little bit quiet in relation to the other herd members. I just can't see her at the minute. Where is she? I hope she's not dead. That'd be awful timing, wouldn't it? All right, Harland. Awful name, isn't it, Harland? What can you do, though? Sponsored she was, and that was the name that was chosen for her. So yeah, Harland. Amazing though, same characteristics as the real Harland for Man City. Doesn't do anything for 90 minutes at a time, and takes all the credit when one goes in off her knee. Hello, beauty. You've been under the goat house, haven't you? You got a cobweb thing going on. Is that what the kids are wearing these days? Come here then. Come here. Come here. Well, I'll get it for you. Oh, jog on then. Oh, now I'm pinned, and I. Oh, Jesus. Snared myself. Hang on. My Bertie Bassett licorice all sorts top that Mum got me. I can't get. Oh, come on. There you go. Bit of a drama, ain't I? Hello, Star. Pancake's looking a little bit soggy. We call it the goat punk hairstyle. Yeah, she's rocking that look. Right, where's little Sophia? Oh, there she is. Easy to spot really, which should be relatively easy. The only one that we've got that's all black. She's all right. Beautiful little girl. All right, Money. Yes. You're going to make us a few bar, aren't you? Absolutely brilliant. Goat from the Brownie stock, the Brownie bloodline. As is Heidi. And you go, eh? No, I'm not singing the Heidi song. I've got the camera recording. Little white dot over there. Gija, Darwin and Spoon took on a water monitor lizard the other day. I was out here on the island with the goats and they had a bit of a kerfuffle. Legged it round there. And yeah, there was a water monitor lizard just entering the fence pond. And that was it. The dogs were circling the fence pond for about half an hour, but they can obviously hold their breath for a long time and it didn't pop back up again. Well, they're protected anyway, so you don't really want your dogs killing a water monitor lizard. Well, not on camera anyway. Oh, normally when you get a fair bit of rain it clears the air, but it's like walking through soup, this air at the moment. Saw a lovely fish rise this morning and I don't know what it was. The old tail was a little bit different to a pacu. It was a very dark tail, like a pacu, but pacus' tails are quite rounded, and the way it came up you could see that the tail was, although it was dark, it was quite pointed, quite angular. It's definitely not a pacu. Too dark for a Mekong or Sawai. I'm hoping it was a Siamese. We still haven't caught one out of here, mainly because we're not fishing. There it is. The glory hole has been transformed. I'm not being rude, guys, if you've never heard me mention the glory hole here. It's actually a fishing swim. It's the name of it's probably the best named fishing swim, not in the whole of Thailand, the whole world maybe. Yeah, so we got a standalone video for that. We recorded it from day one right to the end, and we're going to do a cost breakdown as well, and then after that Toon and I are going to give it a good tidy up, and the two of us and possibly Kai Muk, we're gonna camp out in there, do a bit of night fishing, get the barbie on. Right, let's have a look at the Janish Canal. Look at the grass though, isn't it beautiful? Yeah, Drone Man was out again yesterday. I'm not going to moan. Last time I moaned, lost 5 subscribers, whatever. You have to bear in mind, guys, when you get over 50, moaning is what we do. And on top of that, my favourite ever programme back in the UK was called Grumpy Old Men. So, oh, we got some extra water. Plenty of snakehead in there. This wasn't dry before we've had this rain anyway, but it has topped it up. So what will be happening now is all this paddock type area down here will be totally sodden, and the water drains into this canal or the ditch here. But what also happens is with the water, with the land sloping away upwards towards the far end of the land, for the next week or two, that water will be making its way down here, and because all the soil's covered up, it soaks in. There's very, very little surface water on our land now. It's totally different to how it used to be a few years ago. So it soaks in, but of course it still makes its way down here. We've got big sheets of laterite rock, just well, in some places about 6 inches below the surface of the topsoil. Some places you might be lucky and get a foot and a half before you hit it. So it's very, very hard underneath, and of course that creates little waterways underneath the soil. You get little artesian wells popping up as well. You get these little mini springs everywhere. Oh, There's a fish in there. Oh! Oh! The snakeheads are on the feed. I was just going to say I fancy getting the lure rods out. It's not been going too well with the lure fishing because I haven't been getting the lures out. Live bait's brilliant in the lake, but the lures seem to do better in for the wildies in the drainage canal. The lake definitely, generally speaking, as soon as a live bait or a dead bait hits the water within, well, sometimes you put the rod down, it's gone. I think sometimes it's pacu, but there's a lot of snakehead in here, not just the giant snakehead. A lot of predatory fish on the feed, always after the rain. So when you get plenty of rainfall and it colours up the water, the predatory fish, they make hay while the sun shines, or doesn't shine rather, and they'll pick off the prey species. Also as well, when you get really heavy cloud cover and the light levels are reduced, again they'll take advantage of that. So normally if you've got bright sunshine, they'll feed first thing in the morning, first light and last light, they're your best times. But if you've got a nice overcast day, you can get away fishing for them all day. Still a little bit of dark cloud over the mountain over there with the old temple. That was quite sad. The monk that was up there that we used to go and see now and again, and he let us take a lot of the old timber from the original old temple to make our first goat house out of. He passed away, unfortunately, and another monk tried to stay up there, or gave it a go rather. He's gone now, so that's it. It's vacant, and there's no running water up there. The electric is minimal. But yeah, he used to live up there with his mum. So now his mum has gone to another temple that the deceased monk, so that was her son, his brother is also a monk at another temple, and they've allowed her to go and stay there with them. So yeah, it's quite sad, and yeah, it's got a lovely aura about it up there. But oh yeah, that was it. I remember now. Toon said that the monk that gave it a go moving in up there, he was just freaked out by all the pythons. So yeah, he's out, and all the pythons have got a free run of the place. They did get some snake catchers in a few years ago, and they got over 50. There was a lot of those were pythons. They had a few cobras as well. I think they had one that was white. It's quite big news. Fortunately, we haven't had any more run-ins with pythons, so we've had still only 3 to date, but that was 3 too many. 2 Burmese pythons and 1 reticulated python. Yeah, so other than that, we've had 2 cobras this year. Mostly it's just these little green things that are in the trees, and rat snakes. I think that Toon calls them Nu Sing or something like that. Yeah, they're quite a long, slender snake, quite fast. Yeah, no dramas with snakes. We haven't had any scorpion stings for a while, which is good. No Dan stings for a while either, the old paper wasps. Stung on the nose by a bee. Didn't see the nest in a bush of weeds that I was cutting for the goats, and it got me right on my hooter. Apart from that, yeah, it's probably because they pick up on the pheromones of an alpha male. They don't want to risk it, do they? Sweating like a pig now. It's hardly surprising. Look, I've got my proper rainy season gear on. I know what you're thinking, a man of my years and living on a farm, and yet I still look so good. I know. Don't beat yourselves up. Oh, there she is, look. G-Jar on the water monitor duty. Alright, G-Jar. Can think of better things to do in my time. Here's a top tip for you. You're going to live in rural Thailand on a farm, rainy season. Get yourself some wellies, or is it, if you're Australian, is it gumboots? I think so. Whatever, wellies. Flip-flops, very, very comfortable. Easy to slip on and off, of course. But yeah, rainy season, they get very, very slippery. We've had a few tumbles, Lee, haven't we? Toon's beautifully manicured wild pond area. Told her not to do it. Birds have eaten all her fish. They're about 3 inches deep. So the two areas that Toon had dug by Macro Man as extra jobs, they're basically 3 inches deep and had all the fish eaten out of them. There's no telling her though. I think I'm going to give up on this tamarin. That has struggled from day one. It's never really got going. It's not looking particularly robust either. We've got different types. There's a same type over there, but that's doing lovely now. And then we've got these two tamarins here. Well, we've got a total of 3 of these, but these are beautiful. So some you use in your cooking, and some of them you eat fresh. Not quite as addictive as a bowl of popcorn, but they're not half bad. Coconuts, still the odd one struggling with bugs, but we will not spray. Right, I need to feed the fish. You can tell they're hungry, even the tab Tim, the ruby tilapia, nudging a big apple snail around. Yeah, they're on the move. They're looking for the pellets. Grass carp are growing very well, far outgrowing the tab Tim, but no one can match the growth rates of the Siamese carp in here. They're gonna be humongous, and they're gonna hopefully grow even faster when we start integrating our black soldier fly larvae project coming up in the next few months.